Now, our job here isn't to vilify any part of you. Our job here is to understand what each of these parts do so we can manage them synergistically. You are not going to get rid of your reptile brain. Okay? It's proven that it's going to last. So you might as well make friends with it. Because when you do, you have power. Real power. When you fight against it, when you vilify it, when you make it the enemy, that's when shit. Stand up, young man. When you vilify it, that's when you have problems. Okay? How does this all work? It's about your body. So the first thing we need to understand is your physiology. For any psycho-emotional state that you have a physiology and a breathing posture that creates it. So I want you to think of a time in your life, I'm going to give you very specific parameters, where you saw something you really wanted. You had a real lusting feeling in there that you really just wanted it. Anybody not have the, if not, I'll give you one. Okay, raise your hands. Nobody wants to admit that, right? You don't have something you wanted? You never had something you wanted. Am I communicating clearly? Sure. All right, now, you have something you wanted. You decided you were going to get it no matter what. You made a plan. You put that plan into action, and you nailed it. It may be as simple as just learning to walk and making it across the frickin' room. I don't care, as long as it has those attributes, those qualities, those parameters. As you think about that, as you remember that feeling in your body, point to where you feel it. Notice you're all pointing in different places. That's okay. Now, close your eyes. With the other hand, I want you to imagine that there's a picture floating in the space around you that represents that experience. Reach out and touch it. Now, with both of your hands, trace the edges of the picture so you know exactly how big it is. Now, grab the edges of it. I'm going to ask you a couple questions about that picture. Just answer the questions in your head, but go with your first impressions. Is the picture in color or black and white? Is it moving or still? Is there any sound? Are you seeing yourself in the picture, or are you seeing it as if it's through your own eyes? Okay, first thing I want you to do is if you're seeing it, if you see yourself in the picture, see it through your own eyes. Notice what happens to the feelings in your body. Turn up the sound. Notice what happens to the feelings in your body. If it's a still picture, make it move. Make it into a movie. Notice what happens to the feelings in your body. Now, grab the edges of that picture, and all I want you to do, just like you would open the window on your iPhone or on your iMac, I want you to make it as big as an IMAX movie theater screen. Notice what happens to the feeling. TJ, what happened to the feeling?
Right up.
Holly, what happened to the feeling?
Bigger.
Bigger. Yeah, bigger's better, baby. Leonid, what happened to the feeling?
Biggest.
Yeah, biggest, baby. Excellent. Now, just for grins and giggles, bring it back to its original size. Now, without changing the size of it, all I want you to do is pull it closer to your body. Notice what happens to the feeling. What's your name, sir?
Argel.
Argel. What happened?
It got better.
It got better. Ooh. What happened to yours?
Yeah, it got better.
It got better, didn't it? I wonder how that works. Everybody grab that picture once again. Lift it up over your head. Get used to this posture. This is a secret to everything. But now what I want you to do is I want you to grab that picture, and I want you to pull it down and wrap it around you like a big blanket, and notice what happens to the feeling now. Is it Steve or Michael?
Michael.
Michael, what happened to the feeling? He's a happy camper over here. Travis, what happened, brother?
I'm in the picture.
You're in the picture. How's the feeling?
It's great.
Stronger or less stronger?
Stronger.
Perfect. Excellent. Now, you can have this back later, but for the moment, unwrap the picture, lift it back up. Now remember, you can have this back in just a moment, but for the drill, take that picture, imagine you can throw it all the way behind you, back behind the horizon. Notice what happens to the feeling. Arja, what happened to the feeling, brother?
It's not there.
It's not there. Michael, what happened to the feeling?
It's residual, actually.
He doesn't want to give it up. What's your name?
It's Sona.
Sona. What happened to the feeling?
It's still there.
And you didn't throw it far enough. They never want to see. They don't believe they can get it back. Dorina, what happened to the feeling?
It's not there, but I'm still okay.
I'm still okay. She's been through a few of our meetups. Everybody lift your hands up. Imagine you have big suction cups in your palms of your hands. Suck it back. Now put it where it will do you the most good, where it feels the best for you. And just let it soak in. And when you know you've got it, try to remove it. Notice what happens instead. Good. Congratulations. You just learned how to interface with your entire nervous system simultaneously. You didn't need complex theory to do it, did you? Now, that's just a small part of what you can do with that. But it's the beginning, and it's a very powerful one. The next thing we're going to do is I want you to let those feelings come flooding back into your body. I want you to stand the way you were standing at the moment you realized you nailed it. At the moment you realized, home run, baby. I want you to stand in that posture, breathe the way you were breathing. If there was a sound or a voice in your head going, yeah! Let it play. And just let those feelings just come flooding back. While holding this physical posture, this physical breathing rate, without changing any single thing, try to feel bad. Notice you can't do it. Because your physiology controls your psychology. For every psycho-emotional state you experience, there is a physiology that your nervous system must assume in order to manifest it. If you break the cycle through your physiology, it doesn't matter what your willpower wants to do. You will overwrite the state. You will break it and you will change it in as little as 2 minutes. We're going to prove that even more. For this part, I want you to turn and face that wall. Don't look at Candy. She's my camera person. I don't want you anchoring anything to her. All right? Now, think about what you had for breakfast yesterday. And what I want you to do now is I want you to imagine time or remember a time in your life where you saw something you wanted and you went for it. It didn't quite work out. Maybe you were disappointed. Maybe it was something you really wanted and it didn't work out. I want you to see what you saw, hear what you heard, feel what you felt, but most importantly, I want you to assume the physiology, the posture, the breathing rate that you did when you realized you weren't going to get it. It wasn't going to happen. Now, when you know you've got, we're not going to stay here too long because this sucks, I know. Suck being a technical term, I haven't come up with a cool acronym for yet. All I want you to do now, while holding that physiology, while holding that breathing pattern, without changing anything, try to feel good.
It's difficult.
Huh?
It's difficult to feel good.
I know that. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to do your best to hold on to that negative feeling, but all I want you to do now is shift your body back to the positive physiology. And notice what happens within a few seconds. And then just let the feeling just come flooding back because you know you want to anyway. And when you know you got it, double it. Double it again. Double it again. Turn face forward. Have a seat. How do you pronounce your name again, miss? Soraya? Sona? So now, what'd you discover? What'd you learn?
I learned I can control my mind.
You learned you can control your mind?
Yeah.
How?
So if I know that there is this feeling that is overcoming my present state of mind and I'm like emotionally drawn towards feeling bad, let's start thinking about things that made you feel successful and proud of your own self. So when you told me to, think about your good place, so I thought about the best thing that had happened to me and I was so proud of myself at that time. And it just turned everything around.
Okay. So what did you do?